real close.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
It's a really great day.
The dulcet tones
Stop.
of my voice.
Rhiannon, you must leave now. Hey, good morning. Yeah. This is Stage Door, a theater podcast hosted by a couple of regular guys, but today I am the only one here.
I think you're rather irregular.
Oh, see, now the extra dad jokes are being thrown in. I don't have to provide all of them.
You have no idea.
That's nice. I already like that. So we are doing our Love on the Stage. These are couples that somehow found each other doing theater and then stuck together and eventually did some smooching and then got married. In that order, I hope.
And had babies.
It was in that order.
It was in that order.
We smooched and then stuck together.
Gotcha. So that's the way it should be, though, right? You're not going to get married and then smooch. That'd be awkwarder.
Yeah,
Awkwarder.
no fun then.
Yeah. So we have PJ and we have Mary Jo there from Fremont. And then we have Rhiannon, we have Michael, and they're from the Toledo area, Springfield, Toledo area, right?
Yeah.
We'll just call it that area. So we're going to start from the beginning with each of you, and I want you both to just tell me how you met, how you did your stuff, and how you fell in love, and all the details. Okay, PJ, how'd you swoop her off her feet?
All the details?
Well, maybe not all the details.
We were cast in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe at
Narnia.
Fremont Community Theater.
Okay.
The musical Narnia.
Well, both of you were just randomly cast? You didn't,
The dwarf, the white reindeer.
Okay, so, but...
Randomly cast?
Yeah, I don't know.
We auditioned.
We
Okay.
did not know each other. No, we did. We did know each other, yeah.
But how old were you then? Were you like babies, or were you older, or
30s.
30s?
Low 30s. 30,
Low 30s.
31.
Okay.
32.
And
Late 20s.
And PJ was 21. You're cradle robbing.
Yeah.
What was I?
He
28,
is. You were
something
late
like that?
20s, and I
27?
was mid 30s. That's what it
love
was.
that.
Yeah. So that can't be the whole story. So what's going on here?
Well,
So, go ahead.
go ahead.
Are you guys married? I'm not sure.
We did not know each other. I had seen some plays that he had done. He's kind of our theater artist, and he's done a lot of the backdrops and things like that. So I saw some of his work, and then you saw me in a couple things, but we had never met, put it that way, never met. And until the summer, we had a summer picnic, and we met then.
Did she ever catch your eye, PJ? Were you like, who's that?
Oh,
over
heck
there?
yeah.
All right. See, that's what I want to hear.
This was an attractive
So
woman.
you were painting sets and you had to repaint sets because you were so distracted, probably, right?
I started
Oh crap!
doing...
This was supposed to be blue, not pink. Okay.
Being totally honest, I was married, so I wasn't looking for a relationship whatsoever.
Okay.
And when I met him, I mean, on the rocks problems, but you know, so I was not interested in starting a relationship, so it kind of just happened.
Yep.
And the funny part too, I'm going to go back a little bit
Yes,
of ways.
please, more.
When we had our June of 1990, we had our June awards ceremony, and we didn't know each other then. We met then for the December 1990 show. Years later, after our two kids were born, that's another story, we were watching a video of this award ceremony with another person who had it on VHS tape. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, we presented an award together.
You don't remember being next to each other?
Not at all.
PJ remembers everything, don't you, PJ? You remember being
Not
there next
lately.
to her.
One of us doesn't remember.
But
I kind of remember.
okay, so but you saw her, and then you had to have made a move. I mean, who made the move? Mary Jo, did you approach him? What was going on there?
You know, life was just really easy with him. It was easy talking to him. I then went through a divorce and we started dating. I was separated for a while and we started dating, and it was just comfortable and really not difficult at all. We ended up being in another show together.
Were you friend zoned for a while then?
Kind of in the beginning.
A little bit.
A little bit friend zoned?
Yeah.
And then somehow you broke out?
To be honest, I wasn't really looking for a relationship at the time either.
That's the smooth. That's the smoothest move already.
And I'm
not
telling
wanting
you.
it, right? You don't want it. I don't even want it. I don't want to date you anyway.
Even when I started thinking he's
Just playing
hot,
hard
all
to
these
get.
women in the cast were like, "Oh, PJ, oh, PJ."
Oh,
So
see,
I'm
now,
like,
here we go.
I couldn't
I
say
find
anything.
it hard to believe today, but
Everything. Oh, PJ this. Oh, PJ that. So who asked who then? Did you finally get up the guts to ask her out, PJ, or did you make her make you ask you out?
We had a kiss.
What? Before you even went on a single date, you were already making out in the parking lot?
Backstage.
No, I said a kiss.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Behind the curtains.
Scandalous.
Get the heck out! Were you guys just not going to give that information up unless we pried it out of you?
Behind the teasers.
The I don't know what that means. What's the teasers? I don't even know what
Teasers,
that.
the short curtains on the side.
Oh, is that what those are called?
And the tormentors are up above, and they was
Dude, I
tormenting
just do a
us.
podcast about theater. I don't know anything about theater. I mean, I made that clear in the title, I thought.
Well, we weren't center stage.
No, you weren't center stage.
Backstage.
Were you going to go right on the stage or something and then boom?
That I don't remember.
Oh.
This was back in the 20th century.
I remember what my
And it
wife
was
was
quick.
wearing when I saw her. So
Oh, now you're making me look.
yeah,
bad.
and it was
Well,
quick.
She was wearing antlers.
Oh. So it was.
I love it.
Was it Bambi?
And
was that
bells.
the show? Bambi? No, it was,
No, it was
it was
Narnia.
Narnia. So you were.
I was wearing
Were you the
antlers.
fawn? Were you-
I was the white reindeer that pulled the witch on.
oh,
in
so
her
you had a
sleigh.
major role.
And he was the witch's dwarf.
Oh, the mean one.
I acted short.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were the mean one who did the what is that little dessert dish? you
Yeah,
was
yeah.
asking for,
Turkish
Delight.
delight.
Yeah, the Turkish delight guy. Oh, that you remember. Now you remember the Turkish delight, but you almost weren't going to tell us about the little kiss on the side. Okay, all right. So that wasn't it then. There's still rest of the story. So what else went on?
Oh, it wasn't long. We got married then in 19...
Oh, just stop!
I'm sorry.
You can't go from a kiss
I
to
can't
married
go
the
from
next
kiss
day.
to
Why
marriage.
not?
It went pretty quickly. I mean, it's weird because when you're 22-ish and you marry your first husband and you've known him, you've been with him for 5 years before you get married, you should know what you're doing, but you don't because you're too young.
Oh.
But once you've experienced relationships and so forth, then you know pretty much. And it was quick. We knew it was good. And I had 2 kids already.
So you were like, this guy's nothing like my other guy, so he's way better already.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
a lot of times people make the same mistake twice, but I'm not going to do that.
Yes, a lot of times. That's what I would do. I keep marrying for looks, and it won't work out for me. I already know it.
I went from tall, dark, and handsome to short
To
and
PJ.
balding.
Alden.
But what a person!
Daring
And I'm
death.
so much happier.
To that guy that would make out with you behind the what do you call them? The streets? The streets?
Teasers.
The teasers. Oh, make out with you behind
Gosh,
the.
Kyle.
I know. I only half
Should do a
listen too.
You should do a
You've been doing this
podcast
podcast,
about.
what, 2 years? And you
That's
haven't
the
learned
first
anything?
time I've ever heard that term. Teasers.
I need to do one about theatrical terms and everything.
Oh yeah, maybe I should talk to people that are behind the stage a little more. That
We
way,
have
I
an
can,
episode where people interview you and just ask you questions.
that'd be good. You want
And you
to
go,
host it? You
I
could
would-
ask
I
me,
would
and I
love
would
to
just
do
be
that.
like a total buffoon the whole time.
Yeah.
Just they say it's better to be quiet and let people think you're a fool than to open your mouth, right? That'd be
All right, Kyle, what are teasers?
We're going to
are
write a book
teasers?
about upstage left behind the teasers.
Oh, is
There
it going
you
to be
go.
have pictures?
Podcast. You don't have to.
So-
We'll just do it on a podcast.
All right. So then you finally went on your dates
Yeah.
and you did all this stuff.
And again, I had 2 children already who
Okay.
were, 7 and 4, somewhere around there, 8 and 4. And so we didn't date
Right.
often, and we had to be careful for
But
a
you
while.
weren't messing
so our
around,
kids
PJ.
got
You were
used
like,
to
I
it.
got to see if she can kiss first. So
Yeah.
you get the kiss out of the way and go, okay, I can ask her on a date now. Now
What-
that I know she can kiss.
What we watched a movie together.
What was that?
We watched
Private Parts?
watched Stephen King's It.
Oh, that's a good one, too. That's a
So
good one, too.
romantic.
Yeah.
And then our first movie together was.
Dances with Wolves.
Wait, I thought it was it. I'm confused.
No, I meant it was at home,
Uh-huh.
and then the Dances with Wolves was at the theater.
Gotcha. So you read a movie together.
This is musical theater. This is how bad it was. I owned a teeny little black and white TV, and we got on the phone, and he was in his apartment, and I was in mine, and we watched the entire Masterpiece Theater or whatever of Into the Woods on the phone.
I love
Oh,
that.
together?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It sounds great, but
No,
my
you guys
ear was so
are
damn
the-
sweaty.
I think it's very romantic, like
Yes.
super romantic.
Sweaty
That you
ears
guys,
are-
that you're on the phone watching this little 10-inch black and white TV under the covers, and I threw the undercovers part. I
Yeah,
assume that was- I assume that was part of it. And then you did eventually go on some more dates, and then
We
you
did.
then you knew, and then you knew. How'd you know she was the one, PJ? Was it the kiss, the first kiss?
The accumulative kisses.
There were just so many that you knew that was it, right? It's a
She
waterfall
was
of
just
kisses.
a wonder. You know what? The thing I liked the most was her honesty.
Oh,
She is.
that's way better. I thought you were going to say but. So that's good.
But I'm probably I'm over the top.
You're far, far too honest
Too
for
honest?
your own good.
Well, you know what? Who
Gets me in
cares?
trouble.
Who cares? My wife and I are honest with each other, and you just need to find that person that you're honest with and can be yourself with, right? And then you're good. And then you get. Did you ask her in some fancy way to get married?
Well, fancy?
No, it wasn't fancy.
What was the game? What's it called?
It was a game.
It was there's a board game where you
Game called "Will You Marry Me"? What is it called? I
I
don't know.
forgot the
Where
name of it. It's
you have
like
a list of
password where you-
words that-
Outburst or something
Oh,
like
outburst.
that.
Okay.
Is that the one where you try to get them to say the word?
I don't know.
I don't know the name of it, but I know exactly what
Okay.
game you're talking about.
Outburst is a list
You
of
can't
cards.
say these
and-
words.
yeah.
So I described an engagement ring, and she finally said engagement ring, and so I gave it to her.
Oh, that's pretty smooth. That's
good.
pretty smooth, and it was probably
That's
just
a solid
yeah.
proposal.
We were with
you
another
weren't by
couple.
yourself, so
No,
say
we
there
had
was
another-
other people. So
There were two other people.
Did they have any idea, or they?
Yeah, they were in.
Oh, they were in on it.
I did not know that. I don't
Look
think.
at this! Finding this many years later, there's still mysteries in your relationship.
You told them before you told me.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then you
Asked
got
their
together, and then you had a lovely, happy marriage, and everything was great, and you walked her down.
Got married on stage.
Oh, that's a huge thing.
We did. We again we started dating in 1991.
All right, we're not taking a history test here. All right,
And
just
then
need to know-
then shortly after, I mean, it was probably 18 months later, we planned our wedding. Got
Oh,
married in March
wow.
of '92 on the Fremont Community Theater stage.
Wow, you weren't messing. You're right.
And we had all of the people we've acted with and so forth did our pre-music. They sang.
Oh my
Songs
gosh.
for
Our
shows.
minister sang "Climb Every Mountain." Hugh Boland, who was also on our stage he's a minister, but he was in several plays with us. And the kids sang, our maid of honor, and several people sang.
So you literally had the entire theater community cheering for you to
did.
get married.
Hank Pavoni is our tech specialist.
Oh, good old Hank.
Do you know Hank? He's
No, I
great,
don't know. You
don't
great
know.
guy.
I don't know what a cheater is, so
no.
whatever it's called
No, it's a
again.
trouser.
A teaser is. See, I'm gonna not know Hank.
He made a confetti drop so that the confetti came down
what?
during our kiss, and it was great.
That's way better than I did. I didn't do anything cool like that. That is so fun. That
You
is.
could lie to us.
What?
You could lie to us.
Oh, I mean,
Now
I
was the time to make up the best proposal.
I could. I didn't do anything great like that. I had a ring in my pocket, and Holly tried to put her hand in there, and I freaked out, and it made it really awkward. So that was my proposal.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
It was great. She's wearing like some hoochie shorts. It was great.
Oh, wow.
I didn't plan anything well at all. She almost didn't go out to dinner with me that night because she just wasn't in. It's not about me though. Okay, it's about you guys and your love and how you guys fell in love, which is way cuter.
into this a little more.
Yeah, way cuter than what you guys did. Oh boy, you guys are real quiet over there, Michael and Rhianon.
Well,
I
it's
can't-
not our segment
I
yet.
know, but now it is. So now we're going to start
you
with
go.
you
Like
guys.
I'm going to shut up when you guys talk?
Yeah.
No, I'm letting them roll. You just keep asking them for more details. We're just here to
So
listen.
I knew these two before they were married. So it's nice to know some people from time to time that come on here that were before they're married when I'm doing a marriage thing. So I do know some shows that they did together. But how did you guys officially meet and fall in love and now have a little baby?
I know. Our love story started back in 2010.
She saw me first.
Of course.
I saw him first. I went to go see my best friend Dylan in Gypsy at the Mommy Indoor, and I was ushering that night. And I saw this guy in a crooked bow tie, and I was smitten. And
Oh, really?
and, like to the point where I pulled Dylan up after the show, and I said, "Dylan, who is that man that looks like our friend Bob that has the crooked bow tie? Because he's going to be my husband someday."
You did not.
Straight up. That's
And
what
we were
you
both
can-
seeing other people at the time, too.
We were also 18 and 19. That's
Well,
ridiculous
yeah.
to say that. But
I mean, we were in relationships. So.
yeah.
But 18 and 19, that's not when you got married, though. But you knew way back then, obviously, that's going to be
Yeah, on the
man.
spot.
I
We
did.
met and then we got married immediately.
Yes.
So I knew we were going to be married. So I tried to like shoot my shot, and like we went to the cast dinner, and I make sure that I strategically placed myself in front of him and found out, he was dating somebody.
What do
And
you
I
mean
was
place yourself in front of him? I don't even know what that means.
like at the
We
table. Well,
to
we went
Steak
to
and
dinner.
Shake.
Like, I sat in front of him, so that
This
way.
is the little tricks that ladies do.
You got a little worried there.
No, I don't know what's going on. These are the little tricks ladies do. I figured it out after being and talking to the other couples. That this is what they do.
Had I known back in the day.
Yeah, they do little things like rustle around in front of you for no reason.
I mean, we can't lie though. Guys do those things too.
like
all
that
the time.
though. Like she purposely puts herself. So
You've never purposely put yourself in a situation.
I don't recall. I'm pretty smooth. So
For
I
your
just-
own benefit.
I just let fate decide my whole life.
So you said I want to sit next to this
across
guy
from
over
because
here.
I needed to look at him and talk with him.
Eye contact.
Yeah, we had a great night. It was super fun, but I thought I would never ever see him again.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around to winter 2011, we ended up in a show together. We ended up in Annie Get Your Gun in BG, and we did not talk the entire run of the show. But trust me, I got in the car every day with my friends. I was like, "Did you see what my husband did today?" I literally described my husband.
And they're like gross.
And typically, I'm very forward. If I want something, I go and get it. But I was so shy in front of Michael, and he was the one that initiated our friendship. You want to tell them how we became friends?
Well, she was playing a cowgirl in Annie Get Your Gun, a dame of the South, and I was playing a cowboy. And I had a very quick change at one point.
Oh, nice.
And I
She
needed,
offered, didn't she?
I needed
No,
help.
I didn't.
I needed help strapping my chaps.
Baby.
And I
sounds so
so like
great.
I don't know if you ever saw the Black Swamp has their own building now, but they used to operate out of that church.
Yeah.
And all of the dressing rooms were upstairs.
Okay.
It was like a huge hassle to get up there and change and come back down. So I was like booking it from the dressing room upstairs, and she was the only one in this room between the dressing room and the stage. And I was like, can you please just help me strap these real quick?
His
I need
chaps were sweaty.
Is that conveniently placing yourself in front of him again?
No, I
again?
didn't.
conveniently
I didn't
placed
mean to.
behind me at
So
that
we
point.
became friends because I tied things around his butt.
Chap strap.
Haven't stopped talking since.
So how? So you said you saw him in the show. You said you were going to marry. No, a Dylan show, and you said you're going to marry him. But
Yeah.
then you didn't see him for how long until then?
So that was October of 2010.
4 months or
Yeah,
so?
it was only a couple of
But
months.
4 months later, you saw him again. But you could have never seen him again.
Absolutely.
You could have just never. you
Actually,
could
it
have been,
almost didn't happen. Bob was the reason that I did Annie Get Your Gun.
Yep.
I was
Bob
pulled in-
Marzola?
Bob Marzola.
Shout out to Bob.
Yeah, shout out, Bob.
Yeah, I
Bob's
I
the whole
entered
reason why you
cast,
guys are together, there,
Yeah.
buddy.
a month and a half late because they had some guys drop, and they were like, "We need you. Please come do this."
The chaps are already made. We got to have somebody.
We have the chaps already fitted to somebody else, so you'll have to suffer through
You
that.
had
that's
me
the-
at chaps.
Yeah, you had the waistline of this guy. So could you come in and do it?
That's why they
Fine.
kept falling down. I needed her to help me
You're so silly. And then
strap them up.
so we became really, really good friends in that show. We became really, really close, and we jumped right into another show because I was back when we weren't working full time and all of that. So we jumped right into Susical with 3B.
Oh.
And that is where we started smooching.
Oh, I didn't.
Nobody
okay?
knew. Nobody knew at the
No,
time.
no,
And
I
then
was-
we dated, right? Like that's when
Yeah.
we started dating right
Where
after
was
the
your
show.
first smooch?
Outside my parents' house.
in the driveway,
In the
right outside
driveway.
the outside fence.
At like 11 o'clock at night.
Of
Because we went for
course.
a walk around the neighborhood.
Quite late.
Oh, and then you sat in the driveway for 2 more hours talking, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Oh, to be young.
Exactly.
No, I think after the first one, I just left. I think both of us were like,
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Leave on a high note, right? Let's get to that.
Yeah,
Before I screw this up, I'm leaving.
there's no way I can top what just happened.
yeah,
I
you
need
just
to
leave.
go home.
You
and
run. You run. This
Yeah.
can't be. I'm just gonna not ruin this.
We
by
need to
saying
go
something stupid.
decompress for a few hours, and then we'll start talking again.
So yeah,
That's
then
great.
we dated for 5 years. Did a
5
bunch-
years.
Mhm.
Ooh.
We did a bunch of shows together. Got engaged. And then we're engaged for a
Lived
year.
together?
Lived together. Engaged for a year. Got married. So
How'd you ask her to marry you, man?
Oh, it was so simple.
On a stage and get married that way?
I ruined it like 4 times. He
Oh.
had 4 backup plans, and I
Oh,
ruined
wow.
all of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know it.
Let's hear this story.
So I had
Please tell me there's chaps involved.
no chaps.
Wish.
Oh man,
Wish.
what a missed opportunity!
Yeah.
Now I'm just reflecting on it 5 years later. No, I had what I thought to be the coolest ring box I've ever seen. It was super thin, so you could hide it like in a pocket or whatever.
Okay.
But we were going all over the place that day, and there were a few places down in Bowling Green that were special to us that we had eaten for special events or whatever. Just 3 or 4 places that I thought maybe at some point during this day I could convince her to go to, because we had the whole day free. We didn't have any plans. So it's like, there's got to be a shot to go to one of these places. And every time I would say, oh, maybe we could just go to dinner here. She's like, I don't feel like that. Like,
I was in a bad mood that day, and I was like, I don't want to go there.
I don't want to drive down to Bowling Green. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I was like, that's
Okay.
whatever you want to do.
I have nothing.
Whatever you want to do, honey. And we lived at an apartment, in an apartment with a private lake at the time. It was like a small little pond lake thing.
All right, sounding good. Plan B. Yeah, plan
this
B.
was like Plan D.
Yeah.
At this
Plan
point.
D. Oh,
Several other failures before this.
Yeah, 'cause
several others, but you plowed forward. That's good. Good man. Good man.
Yeah.
Because weren't you going to like pretend the car broke down at the church where we met, and then he was going to propose to me there at the theater that like we met, but we didn't make it. We didn't make it down to Bowling Green.
Act
So I was
like
in a
you're
bad mood.
changing the tire or something. It's like, we're taking you so dang on. I love you.
So this whole day I had this ring box in my shoe.
In your shoe?
Yeah. Well,
You're walking on this?
I was like in the side of my shoe.
Oh, okay.
And I was so paranoid that if I had it in my pocket that she would see the outline of it in my pocket. So I was like, I got to put it in my shoe because it's going to happen soon.
Right.
So that here we are, like 9 hours later, me walking around with this box in my shoe. And
Let's go for a nice romantic walk now.
and we were getting back to the apartment, and it like the sun was setting, and I was like, why don't we just chill? We'll just go and relax and just walk around the pond for a second. Just like decompress. Just relax, no pressure. We don't have to go and do anything. I know you're having a bad day. And we walked around the side of the pond, and we, sat by the water for a little while and talked to each other, and just kind of, it really organically, weirdly, nicely timed conversation, relationship-centric conversation.
Gotcha.
And I just took it out and I gave it to her.
He had it was romantic up until that point.
I think it was very romantic.
What do you
Realize the moment.
Yeah.
It was the moment.
seized it.
We
You
were
carved
really
the deal.
naturally like leading up to, we were having a really serious relationship talk, talking
Nice.
about what we liked about each other, what we liked about our relationship, where we thought it was going. And like, it was right at sunset.
Oh.
And we were like,
Wow.
would you just, marry me?
and
And she
then
was
there
like,
you go.
yeah, okay.
You were like, I wanted this since I saw you.
Yes.
So
And
yeah, it was
way
the
back when.
anticlimax of proposals in the best possible way.
Yeah.
In her
she's
bad
like,
It was
day,
like,
got to be
it was
Yes.
immediately better.
Absolutely.
yeah, she's
devoid
like,
of
I wanted you with
spectacle.
your crooked bow tie years ago. I've
Yeah.
been waiting for this for
Yeah.
So
5
did you
years.
did you wear a bow tie in your wedding?
no.
Oh, wow.
I
That is
did
an
not.
opportunity. Oh, just the bow tie at
When
night.
we renew our vows, I'll
Only
do the crooked bow tie look. I'll bring it back.
You're so silly.
the full
Yeah.
Monty.
And then we were engaged for a year, planned a wedding, and got married, and then now we have a child.
Awesome.
What's your wedding anniversary date? What's your date of your wedding?
September 16th, 2017.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I loved both of your stories. Loved them both and everything. But now I have a game that we're going to play.
We love
for
it.
you.
Yes,
I-
we're going to have a game.
I
We're going to have a
hate you.
game where it's going to be the newlywed game, so that you guys will have to guess each other's answers and figure out whether you actually love each other. No.
I hate you.
Could be a long ride home.
Yeah.
If the results come back and we don't actually love each other, like, can you hook me up with like a lawyer?
I have faith. I have faith.
I work for one.
There you go. There you go.
We were paired together for a reason.
Sorry. He's an elder law, though.
So we're gonna take the ladies and we're gonna move them into my wife's photography studio, sequester you away so you can't hear the guys' questions, and then you will come back and you will try and match them up, and we'll do the little newlywed matching game. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.